Alrighty, we are back, and Trunks' EZA has been revealed. Now, I'm sure a lot of you know what his details are at this point, but we are going to be going over them. We have to make sure that we do cover, everything on the channel and all that fun stuff. Did not get around to the EZA details till a little bit late, but you guys know how it goes at this point. Upload schedule is a little out of whack, and we will be trying to get it back on track this week, where the uploads are a little bit earlier during the day. But again, we do have Trunks details here. Now, let me just say right off the bat that this character has a very frustrating sort of setup here, and that is what we are going to be talking about today. So we are going to be breaking down Trunks and talking about whether or not this is enough. So as you guys can see, usual EZA stuff here, nothing out of the... I see a good picture. This really kind of speaks for what we're talking about here. Please don't have anything bad. This looks funny, but okay. Yeah, I better keep my behind in quest mode, right? Yeah, that's basically the idea here for this this Trunks. But let's go ahead and take a look. What do we have here with our boy Trunks? So key 2, attack and defense, 150% at the start of turn, a high chance of performing a critical hit, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super. And then this is the funny line right here. Are we ready for this? A great chance of launching an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack. So we just have a great chance of getting another normal. Newsflash, guys, you take out all of this right here, right? So after this right here, we cut out that has a high chance of becoming a, and then we also get rid of this attack right here. So great chance of launching an additional super attack. Done. Right? That would make this a lot better. And high chance of evading enemies' attack with orb changing is great, right? Obviously, we want to see that, but there is a bit of a problem here, and we'll get into that in a little bit. We gotta establish the base here, if you will. So for every attack performed, we're going to get extra dodge chance, which is nice in slot 2. Then for every super attack, we're also going to get extra dodge chance. So also very nice. So we're going to be looking at around, anywhere from 50 to 70% chance to dodge on a given turn. And then every time we perform 3 characters or attacks in a battle, right, we are going to have an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack up to once per turn. Okay, so I guess that's okay, I guess. But when you're receiving an attack, we get extra defense. And then when we have more Android/Cell Saga on the team, we are going to be getting 50% support. So in slot 3, that will be nice. And then we have greatly raising attack and defense on the super attack effects for 1 turn, and then causing immense damage to the enemy. And that is just going to be the base form. So if we go over here to the Super Saiyan version, then there actually is quite a bit, right? This is a lot more than what we had. So let's go ahead and take a look, right? When we have him in the base form here, or in Super Saiyan, we're going to be getting attack and defense 200% at the start of turn with 2 key, then a great chance of performing a critical hit with an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, and then the same effect here of great chance of launching an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack, and then we just have extra stuff with stunning and dodging and everything like that. Then we are going to get a guaranteed additional with an AGL key sphere, which will be very easy because he's an AGL key sphere changer. Then if we get a type key sphere obtained, we're going to get more of the great chances, so a ton of additional supers, then a guaranteed critical hit with 12 or more keys. So if you get a super attack, it will be a guaranteed crit. Then we are also going to be getting the extra dodge chance with the rest of that. So this may look like he has 2 novels as a passive, but it's just this second line here on the bottom. When we transform and we have Entrusted Will or Android/Cell Saga, we are going to have 60% support rather than that 50%. So again, it's interesting, but again, I don't really know how much I'm going to put into effect here for this character. They don't look the best. Then if we go to the super attack effects here, greatly raise attack and defense for 4 turns and causes immense damage to the enemy with a chance to stun. So that is the kit here, and then we also have him pulled up on the handy dandy Dokkan info. And if we slide that in right here, we can go ahead and take a look at some other other factors of this character. So when we look at the best linking partners for this Trunks, you can see that there are 0, count them, 0 meta-relevant characters right now that are going to be main linking partners for them. The best character here, depending on the event that you're playing, is probably this Vegeta, this Tech Gogeta right here, and then STR Vegito, I would assume. This Tech Trunks and long events can be okay, but again, not the best. This version right here with the EZA and things like that. And then when we go to Super Saiyan Trunks, that's fine. But the major thing here to me is what we are looking for these categories. Now, the main purpose of this EZA to me, what I was hoping for this character, was this unit was ultimately going to be helpful for these very pesky missions that they have added to Red Zone Broly, that being Hybrid Saiyans and Android/Cell Saga. And what this character is relying on in his EZA, if we go back to the picture here, where is the line, right? Chance of evading enemies' attacks. So this character, essentially, with what we're seeing here, 0 guard, 0 damage reduction, right? Just dodging. This character is going to be dodge or die. And with dodge or die units, obviously, dodge is the most powerful dodging ability in the game, or defensive ability, excuse me. Because of the fact that 0 damage is the best amount of damage that you can take. And when you have a character like that, that's fine. But there's one massive, massive, massive oversight in design here, where, again, unless content shifts, the main purpose of this character to me, why am I in here? We need to go to events, right? Is we want the Broly Red Zone to be easier for this mission. Right? This is what, like, for Android/Cell Saga and Hybrid Saiyans, I'm struggling with this one on my main account. So please don't think that it's because, like, you guys, if you haven't beaten it yet, it's because, like, you're not playing the game right, or your team's not good. It's just, these are very bad. This is a very bad fight. So guess what? What is this? What does disables evasion mean? Right? So if we go over here, we can open this in a new tab. If we zoom in, this character's defensive gimmick is all about, zoom in, US. We go over here, high chance of evading, chance of evading, chance of evading. I'm scanning the image for guard. There is no guard. I am scanning the image for damage reduction. There is no damage reduction. I am scanning the image for 5,000% defense. There is no 5,000% defense. So what does that mean? Old Trunksy boy here, even in the Super Saiyan form, is a fish in the missions that he was hopefully designed for, but unfortunately, it's not looking to be the case. So you just have this release here and an EZA that ultimately, to me, just feels pointless. Like, okay, he got his EZA, and now, like, the main thing that a lot of players were looking forward to with this Trunks are just completely gone. And to me, there is no worse fate for a character in Dokkan that is, worse than this, right? Where it's like, you feel like your only relevance is going to be, shout out to Luke CB here, right? For the image. So again, like, with this content, with, like, an EZA being dead on arrival is not good, especially when it happens in the later stages, because now this is a case where, we're thinking 2029, 2030, if, hopefully the game is still going by then, right? If this character could ever get a super EZA is then, like, the next time they're going to have a chance at this. So they completely whiffed on an EZA, and whiffing on an EZA is one of the worst things that Dokkan can do, just because, again, this is, like, supposed to be a revival for a character that didn't really have a great release, right? If we look at his kit on release, not a lot going on here, right? Just additional attacks, and that's really it. Then we go into Super Saiyan, and a lot of the times with this character, due to the fact that you're not really going to get many additional supers in, you didn't really want to transform with him. So you run into this issue where we talk about this EZA, and we're like, we really want this guy to be able to transform and become a monster. He becomes much better when we transform, based on what I could tell from looking at the image. But looking at this here, I don't really see much where you're like, okay, yeah, this was a well-done EZA. To me, that is definitely not the case. And when you fumble an EZA like this and make missions that are already feel nigh impossible at times, and now, obviously, they are possible. People have no item random. But if, like, for newer, not even for newer players, but, like, even myself, I'm struggling because I don't have Android 16. Right? I'm not summoning for Android 16. I am taking the philosophy of, I'm not spending 300 to 1,000 Dragon Stones for a 5-stone mission, right? If I can't beat this mission, oh well, I'll wait, right? But the idea was, I'll wait until Trunks' EZA comes out, and then we can talk about whether or not this is going to be doable. But now, we could try this, but it's not really going to be, to me, that much of a difference, just because of how this EZA is going to turn out. So, not a great look here, unfortunately, for what Trunks is doing. And this is really just reflective of how they can take the EZA is their chance to make a character better, right? That's obvious. But when we have a character that certainly needed the extra help and he's ultimately not going to get it, that's really unfortunate because this Trunks is an EZA that they've been holding on to, right? 4 years in the making here. And then like you guys can see it right down here, right? It's kind of zoomed off on the screen here. Can I move this over just a tad? But basically what it's saying here is so I would have to adjust my screen here for this to work. But essentially what the reply said, yeah, here we go, right? Like so much for the good hybrid for the Broly mission. Like that sucks, right? I don't Triple O Smooth. I think I followed this guy. No, he followed. I know this guy, but he 2-turn stun, right? Like that's cool, but he's just not that good. Like he needs to be better. So you guys let me know what you're thinking. Trunks to me, unfortunate EZA here, but you guys know how it goes. So let me know what you think of Trunks down below. Not much going on with the content today, but we will be back tomorrow. Hopefully I can get some regularly scheduled content out for you in the afternoon. We'll see what goes on with what video I feel like doing tomorrow and stuff like that. But let me know what you guys think of Trunks down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you all in the next one.